Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our virtual Hug Manila Tambay number two. Woohoo! I'm your host, Samantha Lumang, your current Hug leader and design guru from Get Creative. And I'm excited for today's Tambay. So, this event is great if you're interested in all things HubSpot, and I'm sure we'll get to learn a lot with experiences of our guests and fellow hugger for tonight. So, all right, let's kick things off with our agenda for today's standby. Of course, we have our greetings, and then in a bit, we'll have a quick Hug Tambay recap of the past Hug Tambay. In a bit, we'll also introduce our speaker for tonight. We'll also do a fireside chat with her. And then later at 6:15, we'll do a quick Q&A and an event wrap up before we all go. And since this standby will be held via live stream, which you all are watching tonight, we still have our session etiquettes that we need to follow, no? So, of course, feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comment section. That's our main mode of communication for tonight. You can also ask your questions respectfully to our speaker later during the Q&A. Of course, be kind and welcoming to our fellow huggers watching the stream, and use this opportunity to meet Manila huggers online and just have fun in the event. So if you guys are having fun, just type in the comments that you are so that I can hear it from you guys as well. All right. So, for those of you who are new to this, the Hug Manila Tambay is kind of like a talk show where we invite guest huggers to share their experiences about all things HubSpot. So, it's a time for us to really just sit down, get together, talk, and well, basically, in Filipino words, tambay. So, in our last tambay, we met up with Jenny De Los Santos and Rona Gyanchan of St. Peter Life Plan, and that was super fun because they got to highlight the marketing and service hub of HubSpot. So it was great because they showed us how they were able to use the marketing hub to promote their Yodo campaign, You Only Die Once campaign, and at the same time, how they're able to connect that campaign by engaging with customers and creating workflows with the service hub. So if you weren't there at the Tambay last time, don't worry because the recording of that Tambay is here in the Hug Manila Facebook group, and it's also on the Get Creative YouTube channel. All right. So before we go into our interview proper and the main event for tonight, of course, I just want to highlight our hug jobs as well. If you're looking for a hug related job, or if your company has a job opportunity, feel free to share it with us here at the Hug Manila community so that we can share it with everyone as well. I think we're all learning together with HubSpot, and we also want to grow together now, grow better with HubSpot. So one of the ways we do that is through Hug Jobs. All right. So before we go into our interview proper, I just want to check in on you guys watching the stream right now. How are you guys feeling this Thursday evening? I know today was a bit rainy and it was a bit gloomy, but I hope this standby kind of like lightens up your mood about tonight. So if you could describe your feeling or your Thursday in one word, what feeling would that be? Oh, one of our viewers said awesome. Yeah, I feel very awesome tonight as well. And I think awesome is a great way to to describe today because it's also the start of August. This is our last month before we go into the Burr months and prepare for Christmas. Someone said they're excited and hungry. Oh yes, I know it's dinner time. And speaking of, I since I do know it's almost dinner time for most of us here in the Philippines, unless you're watching on another part of the world. If you are hungry, feel free to bring in your pre-game or dinner along with us throughout this event. Ah, David's also excited. I'm excited too. All right, so without further ado, let us hear from our Hug Manila Tambay guest. She is a fellow human being like you and me. She's also an abundance coach from Moment to Moment Stress Management Solutions. She's also a registered psychometrician, financial advisor, meditation and yoga teacher, advocating for the youth and the practice of mindfulness and loving kindness integrated into one's day to day routine. Here to talk more about the Sales Hub and how it has changed moment to moment for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give it up for Kimmy Chua.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Good evening, Sam, and hello, HUG Manila. So welcome, and yes, no, I love it when you said earlier, Sam, na we're welcoming a new month. So it's really such a refreshing experience to be able to say hello to a new set of 30 days and or 31 ahead or 28 sometimes. Ayan. So hello. I'm Kimmy from Moment to Moment, and just to share a little bit more about Moment to Moment. So we practically advocate for people to take things, no, and take life, yeah, journeying through life moment to moment, one at a time. So we're a stress management solutions provider, and we'll be sharing about our journey today, how the Sales Hub and HubSpot overall has helped us in our day-to-day operations as well. So with that, no, let's see how HubSpot has helped us breathe, live, and simply be. So with that, maybe I'll invite you as we start off, no, maybe it's been a long day, to just take a quick breather, join me in just taking 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling, saying ha. Let's say it together. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling, sighing it out. Ha. Round 2, inhaling. 2, 3, and 4, sighing it out. And you can even combine it with your shoulder rolls. Inhaling, bringing your shoulders up. And then exhaling, just letting go, saying ha. All right. How did that go for you? Just really connecting to our breath, arriving in this moment. And so I invite you to take this opportunity also. We'll take it one at a time, no? Parang first time natin na, oh, how is this like, no? And really feel free also to share how your experience has been like, no? Through any of the segments of the Sales Hub has been like for you too. So interestingly, we're a stress management consultancy, and the Sales Hub has helped us manage stress in in taking and dealing with different communications, no, and different deals, no, with yeah, holding things in a light and responsible manner. So not stressing out anymore in the tiny details, no. So it also has allowed us to be more mindful, really paying attention to, oh, okay, this is our focus right now. And so allowing us to have that self-understanding, seeing, which programs work better, and also gaining that sense of wisdom through the experience. So instead of going for our fight, flight, freeze mode, no, it has allowed us to really rest, digest, and recover. So going through moment to moment, mainly being a solopreneur, but once in a while also being able to onboard, no, some interns. And so the HubSpot tool, no, has been able to help us manage better and have that overview, no, of what's going on within moment to moment. So what were the questions that I had, no, that time when I was exploring what tool to use, and then maybe how can I streamline the processes, no? So I was asking myself, how can I scale up without the burnout, no, and really just having that centralized tool, no? So When we grew the team, I was also wondering how can we consolidate the files and maybe even the relevant conversations and being time efficient, no, that way. So this has been the HubSpot journey of moment to moment, M to M for short. So we started in September 2021. Early that month, we had our discovery call, really checking in, and the Get Creative team no helped us through the onboarding package as well, and really just trying to see how we can maximize no each and every tool and how it works best with our business model. So it has been a smooth sailing journey from that time, no, experimenting here and there. And so before, no, just to give you an idea, how did we do our stuff? How did we talk to different clients, prospects? No, so it's mainly through Facebook, Instagram, different social media channels, and email. And so sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming, no? Parang, which have I replied to this person, no? Or maybe not being able to follow up right away and causing us to parang having some deals, no? Slipping away. And so having the centralized messaging tools and being able to see that no in the sales hub, being able to tag the different deals helped us, no. So with HubSpot, we're able to see it in one portal and we're able to follow up better, and time, like having that timing in a more parang relaxed manner, no, not rushing too much but also not forgetting no to follow up for certain inquiries as well. So how was my experience with HubSpot, no? So overall, I found that there's an easier workflow from the time of the receiving an inquiry to making sure that we're able to respond and also share maybe a copy also of our primer, and then going on a discovery call up until we also come up or with the quote, no, and with the client agreeing to that. So it allows me also to experiment different types of programs, different levels of pricing, and also different offers. So it's easy to track, no? So we get to backtrack. Okay, ano na ba yung status nitong company or nitong client? How are we able to, what kind of program that we have with them, no? So I get to see what works and what doesn't. And so this is how it looks naman in a day-to-day basis, and I'll be journeying through the different aspects of the Sales Hub and how we're able to use it. No? So one of it would really be just having that one look, not to check the status of the different projects, having that board, no, maybe just like in grade school or high school, just having that on the side, like, okay, what's going on, who's the prayer leader, no, and like what's the status of this project. So we're able, something that I really appreciate also about HubSpot is how we're able to link our contacts database, and how it also is able to let us know from what company, or more likely what the location of the contact is, no, from the email. And it also gives us a little bit of a background of the company, even before we type it in on Google, no? So that also helps us create more context on the person inquiring. And so this is the first when you drop down, no, this is the first thing that you'll see. So it's the deals feature, right? And so yeah, that allows me to customize that. So like an initial inquiry, and then the needs analysis. So I'm able to see also, okay, what's the percentage and where am I at? Sometimes it skips, and that's okay too. No, so being able to have that program or topic selection, This is where we identify what fits them best, number of participants, and then we're able to also give out the billing and confirmation notice. So this is where it has been helping me also because it gives me less of the hesitation to send out an invoice or basically maningil, no? So in the Philippines, it's something that's a little bit challenging to do, no, when we're collecting already. So or we're following up payments. So this has been a helpful tool kasi parang it's more formal, right? I'm able to just send it. And I can also put the status of awaiting payment so I don't get to get lost into the day-to-day grind and hindi pa pala nagbabayad si client, no? Tapos na maybe tapos na yung session or depending on the agreed terms, no? So having that on that tool, no, is helpful. So I get to be reminded as well. And meron ding stats, no? So I'm able to also note down and review, no, maybe if it's a lost deal, then what can I improve on? Or maybe it's not just maybe for that moment it's not an aligned client. So it helps me remember and take notes also all in one place, what's going on already with that deal, no? Which aspect of the deal it is, and it's easy also to just drag it across the stages. So sometimes I ask, no, which no, previously back in the day, I would ask myself, hala, saan ko ba nalagay yung notes na yon? Or where did I put parang the information, no, for that client? Either a notes app tab or a sheet on the notebook. So now at least it's all in one place. So also really going through the different stages of the life cycle with the client, being able to explore, and as well as the collection of payments, no? And even post 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 session or post workshop or post delivery of the session, we're able to also check in with them and maybe follow up and send the evaluations. So it also helps me identify the clients who I can revisit, no, check in with, and maybe see, okay, ito na yung timeline that has passed. And eventually, maybe I can upsell or let them know of our new offerings. So for the tasks feature, so it has helped me identify, what are the things that I need to get done now? And by now, meaning setting some deadlines as well. So it's helpful because I can note down, in how many business days do I need to get this done, no? It gives me that system to track. It holds me accountable as well. So helping me also in prioritization of tasks, knowing which is most urgent for now, and having that timeline, no, and a set of reminders as well. For the documents feature, so something that we get to upload, no, and send out most of the time is the inquiries would be, what are the types of programs that you have, no? So aside from it being available on the website, so just being able to send that link, no, and the documents are readily available already, no? So having that primer. And yes, so a challenge that I've been having is also being a little bit too flexible with the pricing. And so having that, no, in the documents feature helps me really lock in na, okay, this is the this is the price, no, for this type of workshop or session. And so if it's open still for negotiation, but more or less it's what's really published already. So yes, that's for the documents feature, really having that main hub where I can just upload and also update so that I'll know then na, okay, this is the latest pricing method and this is the up-to-date document that I'll be sending. So compared to, let's say, maybe if it's on the desktop, no, I'll have to rummage it through the files pa. So the meetings feature, so I feel like it's a consolidation of Calendly and other types of meeting platforms, no. So meeting scheduling platform. So it consolidates that, no, the booking, and has allowed me to time block better na okay, deciding na yes, this is this is my time for moment to moment meetings. This, let's say, Mondays and Thursdays. So it also lessens the no shows, plus it makes it easier to reschedule, and there are consistent reminders, and I can also adjust when I wish the person who I'm meeting with, no, to receive the reminders on. So if it's maybe a few days, no, or maybe the day before, um, and that's something that's automated already. So for the quotes feature, so of course, yeah, it's a professional way of sending the invoice and having those templates readily available already. And I'm also able to edit it, no, to note the inclusions that we agreed upon. And so beyond the sales hub, no, so that has been the sales hub, and what I'm using for now is still the freemium version, no, and yet it has already been jam packed enough. It's helped me with my contacts management, being able to track also if who are my most engaged segments of the audience nor the participants, past participants. It's a way to also reconnect and stay connected with them. And that feature, no, yun talaga yung one of my favorites, the ninja feature, where it gives us, no, the company name, no, and the city they're in, they're from. So it consolidates that aspect already of the demographic. And then email templates and delivery, makes it easy. There are stats right away if there are some emails that bounce, no. Yeah, exploring that. And so all of these are all readily available in the freemium account. So what more, no, if there's a subscription? And I recently discovered that there's a new feature on the landing page, no, so that's something I'm excited to explore and to try out. Also being able to do some leads generation, no, through that feature. So some tips, no, and best practices would be the Sales Hub and the HubSpot tool in general, no, is able to give me that customizable and flexible approach to how I would like to go about things. Early this year until now, I've had some recalibration also with my business model, and now it's mainly business to business. But anytime that I wish to go for a B2C approach, no, I know na it's easy. I could still use it, no, on both ends. So it's an all-in-one hub, and top tip would be to maximize also the templates that are already there. And so how can I overall, no, sum up this experience as well? It would be really it's streamlined everything, no? Parang without having to go to multiple tabs anymore or use multiple apps. It can integrate these already. Yeah, and so just like one time, I'm able to send some emails still on Gmail, but having the HubSpot feature of knowing if the person has received, no, my email, and using the templates as well. Yeah, so all of this, no, has helped me also, and being able to use the Sales Hub has allowed me to explore being more present, having more time for self-care, less of the overwhelm, and more efficiency. So it's really the epitome of working smart and developing my focus as well, no, instead of checking all the time, no, my notifications. It's something that's consolidated, and I'm also able to discipline myself to just, okay, how can I time block and just look at it at certain time frames of the day or of the week. And so it's also been able to give me feedback, so that there's that sense of mindful listening through the different data that I can see from the hub, no, how the deals have progressed and what's going on right now. So I'm able to listen better as well. So yes, with this, no, it has given me that opportunity to be able to focus better and remembering what's most important, at least for on a week to week or on a day to day basis, no, who are the clients that I'm serving for today, and how am I able to also sustain that, no, through the weeks as they pass by. So with that, no, before we get into the Q&A in a bit, I'll be sharing with you a quick loving kindness practice wherein we're going to take this opportunity to just breathe, no, and share some well wishes to ourselves and for others. So it goes a little bit like this. Um, so just feel free to take a comfortable seated position, inhaling and exhaling here. Feel free to close your eyes for a bit or just keeping your gaze soft, somewhere steady ahead of you. And if you resonate or relate to this, you can repeat it in your mind. It goes like this. For this moment, may I and my loved ones be healthy and safe. For this moment, may I, together with my teammates, work joyfully. For this moment, may I and the world continue to trust. And for this moment, may I and all beings be reminded that we are full of love and that we are capable of loving. So, taking this opportunity to just calm ourselves and to know that we can tap to these exercises, no, anytime, and you can also join me. So fellow huggers, as we remind ourselves, no, that we have these tools and that we can explore and also maximize, no, the gift of technology in order to help us feel more relaxed and yet optimize our efficiency as well. So I'll invite you to stretch your arms out forward ahead like this, crisscrossing your arms and holding onto your upper arms or your shoulders and giving yourselves that well-deserved self-hug, maybe even tapping your shoulder like this and saying, "Hey self, I am proud of you." All right, and cheers to exploring these. So slowly uncrossing the arms at this point. And if I may just share also, we have some of our upcoming events. So one of it is for children, so mindfulness basics for kids, learning more about self-confidence, building relationships, mindful listening, and growth mindset for those who are ages 6 to 12. So it's going to be held in Katipunan on Saturday, August 13th. So a few weeks from now. So that's this Saturday and next. So yeah, next Saturday. And we invite you also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So that's Moment to Moment PH. And feel free to keep in touch with us. And at this point, no, just in case you have any favorite aspects also of the Sales Hub, feel free to share that with us. For me, siguro it would be the tasks and the quotes feature, no? Kasi it helps me with the collections. Ayan. Woohoo!
Thank you so much, Kimmy.
Thank
My
you.
gosh. Hold on. Okay, I think we're
Sure,
gonna.
sure.
I think my audio is a bit not on track. It's not at peace with itself yet, but now it's back.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Hello, Kimmy. Again, I just want to thank you so much for your
Thank you as
segment today.
well.
I think you're one of our more unique speakers. You're one of our more unique HubSpot users. And today's session was fun because we didn't just get to learn more about the Sales Hub, but we also got to learn more about you, what you do with moment to moment, how you do things, and also kind of like your life life tips or way practices to kind of just like calm yourself down and know that things are going to be okay. Now that stress, I think people stress has been such a big problem, and sometimes we don't know how to address it. But with simple practices like that, it kind of makes you feel like there is hope for taking that stress out of your out of your system. But thank you. Because I've learned a lot from your perspective of HubSpot. I think for the next hug events, I might just quote you that HubSpot is here to take you from fight, flight, freeze to rest,
Mhm.
digest, and discover. And that's really what HubSpot is about. So thank you so much. All right, so
Thank
now
you.
it is our time to do our Q&A. If any of you have questions or comments for Kimmy about what she has shared today, feel free to type them in the comment section below. But also, let's not forget about our session etiquette by asking our questions respectfully and also being kind to our fellow huggers asking questions. And also, in our Q&A, we'll be joined by our other special guest. She is the chief advocate of Get Creative Corporation. So everybody say hello to Sarah. So she'll also join us for the Q&A in case you guys have questions about the Sales Hub. All right. Is everybody good? So now is it time for you guys to ask your questions, or maybe Sarah, you have something to say before we go?
Yeah, so thank you, Sam, for hosting another Tambay yet again. I always love these informal meetups that we have at HUG Manila. And Kimmy, super thank you for sharing with us your perspective about HubSpot. To be honest, we've been talking to people about HubSpot over the last 2 years already, and it's really refreshing to have your point of view in with this technology. This is actually the first time that I heard someone talk about HubSpot that way. I know that it helps a lot in productivity. I know that it changes the way leaders are making decisions, but I love how HubSpot actually has helped kind of like merge with what you do at moment to moment. And really I wrote it down actually. We need to breathe, live, and simply be. And with tools like HubSpot, you're able to do that, and that's so inspiring. So um for sure we'll do more things with Kimmy. I had told Belle already because we're so excited to see your business grow. We're also excited to see how you innovate with the new tech that you're using. And for our viewers out there, we actually started out Kimmy on a freemium account. So she actually well, primarily because she really is starting out this business. She mentioned it's only September that she started that last year, only last year when she was really starting the business. And really for us, it's important that the investment you're making is aligned to the growth of your business. And we're pretty sure that with tech helping Kimmy, she probably will be able to reach more people beyond growing the business. I think Kimmy, it's really reaching more people with what you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-mm. So I want to answer also Kimmy's question. What's your favorite sales hub
Mm-hmm.
tool? She asked that question. Hers is tasks and quotes. For
Yes, yes.
me, for me, it's the meetings feature because I live on a calendar, and even my kids at home know this. They have to put things on the calendar for me, and the meetings feature allows me to really um create a booking link for people that I speak to, whether it's at work, whether it's for internal or external. I can manage that easily, and I love that for HubSpot. Yeah. Yes,
I
Sam.
to I totally relate with Sarah. The meetings link is my favorite. Not just because you can kind of create your different meetings for different purposes, but also you can link it in your email. So if example you want to meet up with someone and you want to tell them, "Hey, let's meet," and let's meet at a time that's available for you. You can just pull it up while you're creating your email, and HubSpot kind of has this design or this layout which makes it so ergonomic, so easy to use, and once you book it, it goes directly to your Google Calendar, and you can even attach a Google Meet link or a Zoom link to it so that you don't have to worry about where you guys will meet. So
Yeah. So
super
Sam,
super cool.
also one thing that's new on meeting links, I just need to mention it because I'm so excited about it, is you can actually now suggest times, certain times. So if someone emails you and then you wanna the meeting that they're proposing is not aligned with your schedule, and you know what time you can suggest, you can actually offer time slots for them to just click on, and then automatically it will be in your calendar. So I love that too.
Parang
Wow.
yeah, it's like every day HubSpot has a new feature, and you guys can check it out from Kyle Japson on HubSpot Academy. But while we're talking about the features, no, on the Sales Hub, I also want to highlight. I think this is Julian, here watching the live stream with us. Hi, Julian. He said that his favorite is the deals with simple automated workflows or task creation with the involved person. So especially if you're working in a team and you want to assign maybe your salesperson to talk to this client, you can do that in the tasks. And I think that's one of the things Kimmy mentioned. No? So super, super cool. Okay, I think we have a question from the comment section. And this person asks, "Hi Kimmy, Sam, and Sarah. Would love to hear your thoughts on HubSpot and its freemium version, on what size of a business or industry it best applies. Then, with your experiences, was there any limitation that would urge you to upgrade?" Yeah, so maybe Kimmy, you can go.
Yes, yes. So far the freemium version has been working great, no? And siguro something that I'm exploring would be some aspects of the marketing hub, no, and eventually, as I scale, no, I'm looking forward to be able also to maximize the feature where I think I'll get to track and forecast, no, certain things. So yeah, that's something. So starting out, the freemium version and the onboarding package has been able to help me really maximize, no, how I can tap on which aspect of HubSpot can solve, okay, this aspect of my workflow, and then adjusting also along the way. So siguro I'm looking forward as I scale also to be able to integrate everything together even more. So now parang medyo seamless na siya, but all the more eventually, like I guess I could imagine na parang, oh, if the client chooses this and then may yes and no, then it's gonna be even more seamless, no, at that point. Mm-mm.
For me, Sam, maybe just a tip for those, no. If your database, if your list of contacts is less than 1,000, might be good for you to start off with the freemium account, because that way you can set up your HubSpot, and then from there discover the other features that you would require. So the freemium version of HubSpot provides you all the basic functionalities that you need. Actually, it's good enough for a startup that's trying to organize their data, trying to organize how their prospects are able to provide them information, and then how to organize, maybe even sending emails, because those emails can be tracked also, it can have analytics. um, the marker for when you need to upgrade would probably be when you realize, hey, I need more automation. I'm getting too many contacts here and it's hard for me to organize them, or it's hard for me to be able to reach all of them at the time that I really want to be able to reach out to them. So there are three variants. There's the starter, which is good for small to medium businesses because there's some automation there already that's happening. And then the pro, like if you're medium size to a large size business, and then there's enterprise. So for enterprise, we are even able to manage companies that manage marketing contacts up to like 5 million, and that's possible on HubSpot, right? In fact, the database can hold up to 15 million contacts. So that's really like a really big way for you to be able to like manage, the different relationships that you're building with your clients and your prospects.
Yeah, super cool. I think also coming from Kimmy, na you're using a freemium, it just goes to show na you don't need all of the tools just yet. You just need the ones that are enough for you to start and build. And then as HubSpot helps you grow, that's when you start to upgrade then, no? So super cool. And that question was actually from Gab Cristobal. So happy to have you back. He was one of our guests also last year at last year's standby, and we're so happy to have you here. Okay, we have another question here from David. David has been commenting a lot also throughout today's standby, and he asks, "What were your company's pain points?" Oh, I think that's something we can talk about. What were your company's pain points prior to HubSpot, and how did the Sales Hub help you there?
Yes, it's really mainly tracking and being able to have a more organized way of of following up, no, with clients. So it's easy kasi to answer inquiries. The challenge is, okay, so now that they know about the programs, okay, now that we've already had a meeting, what's next? Or ano nga ba, where did we stop, no? Or where did we pause? So at least with this, no, I know na okay, pwede ko siyang balikan, or baka I can give them a little bit more time, no, and then maybe it's ripe again to inquire with them, no, or maybe to let them know na, oh, hey, this time of the year last year you had this kind of session, would you like to have maybe a refresher, no, or maybe just sharing with them if we have new resources, no, being able to said that again. So having that centralized tab or tool, before I would say it was all over the place. All over the place, not just on the device, but also on various notebooks. Hala, which notebook is that na? So, yon. Having that, no? And knowing that even if eventually so right now kasi I'm mostly working alone, but eventually if I do work with a team, then the process will still be seamless, no, really having that centralized tool for everyone, not having to share passwords anymore, I guess. Yeah, so having that hub and being able to tag one another easily.
Thank you so much, Kimmy. Yeah, I know. We were really talking about your pain points. So, pero baka maybe Sarah has also something to share about pain points. I think that's not one of the things that we highlight every time we talk about
Yeah.
HubSpot.
Well, I love the fact that, well, in Kimmy's case, no, she's a solopreneur, and a lot of solopreneurs actually have challenges in managing the data that they have. So typical pain point talaga yung what we're hearing from Kimmy, where everything is in everywhere, and to have something, a tool that allows you to manage all your activities and how you engage with your prospects and clients in one look makes it easier. Ako myself as a I mean, as I use HubSpot Sales Hub myself, no. Oftentimes, because I'm dabbling into a lot of things. I run Get Creative. I'm a Gallup certified strength coach, a coach like Kimmy also, and then I have our advocacies. So, like, making sure that making me remember all the things that I need to do. So when I go back to HubSpot, I'll know, okay, so this client I spoke to like 2 weeks back. It's nakakahiya naman. I haven't spoken to that person. So I'll give them a little extra this time. Maybe film a short video to say hi to them. Those things, it helps you also make decisions on how you can really improve on the way that you communicate with people, because it helps remind you what you've done in the past, or what is the history, right? And it helps you also, you can put tasks for yourself, tasks for your team members. Kimmy was saying, now she is a solopreneur, pero at times she also brings in interns, so it's easier for her also to onboard people, because what she does, people can see it on the system. So I think really that's the pain point that Sales Hub is trying to solve, helping you to be more productive, and also helping you to be more effective and efficient at the way that you do things.
I totally agree also with the video, sending videos to clients. Sometimes I see Sarah do that also. And that's through the Vidyard feature. So one of the integrations with HubSpot is Vidyard. And you can film a video from your phone, and then send that video directly, connect it to an email that you want to send to a client, just to catch up. And that was also one of the things that I learned from a HubSpot video bootcamp a few months back, that one of the best ways to communicate also is through video, because it's more personal. They understand you more, and it's kind of related to what you do also, Kimmy, that you're kind of being more intimate or more personal with clients. So super cool. We have a question also here from Rochelle, and she asks, "Hi Kimmy, how was the transition of moment to moment into the sales hub? So did you have any learning curves when it was your first time using it?"
So, I guess I'd say, as for any transition, parang it takes a little bit of time, no, to get into it. And so, yun, parang just setting it up and then getting used to it, and yun, and after being able to, I guess parang save almost all of the links na there, no, na parang okay, send na lang for meetings, no, or whatnot. So, yun, it it does take a bit of time, parang, but it's just sa start lang. Tapos after a while, parang okay na-upload na, tapos sometimes, okay, maybe hindi ito. So, I enjoyed also the trial and error process there, no? Parang also exploring, okay, what if I tried, let's say, this kind of file or this layout, no? Yon. So, that's been helpful. So, siguro it's also being patient with myself as I started off. But after a while, yon, parang it becomes more natural and integrated already.
Mm-mm. Yeah, maybe Sarah, you want to add anything about learning
For
curves?
pain points, siguro, well, for learning curves, I think at the end of the day, when it comes to tech, there are people who adapt to it quickly because they're used to that, or maybe their brains are wired that way. And there are people who are a bit cautious with tech. And when you're setting up a CRM platform for your business, really the bottom line goal is it helps you become more productive and efficient at work. But a big factor there that is typically the fear of people is they might make a mistake. They might send like emails to bunches of people and spam them. So and I think that's where most people who are exploring CRM systems are very cautious about, and that's where we at Get Creative really add that value, because our aim really is so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can learn from our mistakes because we've made them too, um, and then at the same time help you become stronger in terms of how confident you can be with the platform, how comfortable you will be with the platform, and really make your adoption easier. And that's really our aim, not to just teach, but make sure that you understand how the platform works. So after all, HubSpot is really just a tool. It's a tech. It's the people running the tool that will make or break that implementation. And when you understand how it works, when you understand how things flow, it becomes that's when it, I guess, becomes natural, the steps that you think that you should do next. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, I think practice makes perfect, really. You need to continue to use it so that you learn more about the platform, you learn more about the features and things like that. Yeah, Get Creative is here definitely to help you guys, but more importantly, the Hug Manila community is here. That's why we have our Facebook groups, we have our LinkedIn groups. Those are avenues that are open for you guys to ask any questions that you have, whether they're the difficult questions to answer that will need a lot of KB articles to be answered, or even the simplest questions that can be answered in a couple of minutes. This is a community about growing together, and we're more than happy, to help each other. Whatever question that may be, or whatever hurdle that may be. And Sarah's right. Even us at Get Creative, we've made so many mistakes in the past, and we've learned from them. And that's why we also have the tambays and the meetup, so that we get to share those learnings in a bigger audience, or also with a more international audience. Okay, we have a couple more questions. Bella's here to say hi to Kimmy. And she asks, how are you breathing now that you have HubSpot?
Yes, yes. So, also, no, as I was starting, it's been helpful talaga to have also the Get Creative team with the onboarding, no? At least I didn't have to parang, hindi ako sobrang nangapa, no? I wasn't so unsure of what to do next, ganyan. So, now that it's even more integrated, no, with the systems of moment to moment, yun, it gives me that reassurance that there's that log, or parang siyang record book or log book, no, na okay, if all else systems fails, parang kung biglang hala wala akong backup sa hard drive, pero I know that I can serve my clients well enough pa rin kasi there's that backup there, no, in the HubSpot platform. So, yun, it gives, aside from it helping me with the operations and the day-to-day running of moment to moment, parang there is also that back of the mind thought nga na parang hala what will happen if if bigla nag-crash itong itong device na to, no? So at least yon, I know na I can still tap, no, to that the list of contacts, no, and also the community that way. So bigla ako lang alala din kasi an email marketing coach parang sharing na that's one of the most important data talaga, no? Like, keeping the community and yeah, the contact information as well.
I totally agree. I think in HubSpot, one of the cool things they have is, if kunwari you want to delete a contact,
Mm-hmm.
they don't let you delete it right away. They make you archive it so that you have backup of the previous files, that just in case you want to go back to it 2 3 years from now, you can, because it's archived in HubSpot. Okay, I think we have time for one last question, and this one goes to David again. And he says, I aspire to be like our speakers right now and really look up to your personalities and achievements. So, with that, I would like to ask, what is your advice for us if we want to be efficient like you are with HubSpot? So, either Kimmy or Sarah can go with this.
Ako, one tip, only one tip, join HUG Manila. Because if you want to learn more about HubSpot, and and you've done your onboarding, you kind of, that's done your setup, join the community, because in the community you learn from others, and then also you can have an opportunity to share your learnings as well. So, we can all breathe, live, and simply be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. What about you, Kimmy? Any advice for
That's
to be
lovely,
efficient?
Sarah. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, David, for the question. Yeah, it's really parang practicing and going at it, no. And yun, exploring also the different features. Parang not just the current ones, but yun, parang also like what Sarah said, the joining the communities also help us become more aware of the new features, no? Na parang, oh yeah, aside from the tiny button that it's there, na ba, na parang it will alert you. Pero iba pa rin yung parang that excitement, no? of having the community sharing with you na, hey, there's a new feature. What about trying this out? And maybe them also sharing how it has worked for them or how was their experience like using that feature.
All right. So practice makes perfect and join the Hug Manila community. That ends our Q&A, and that's all the time we have for a Q&A this evening. But before we wrap up also, let's first take a group photo. Okay, so I know so we have me, Kimmy, and Sarah in the team, but here on the stream, but we also have some team members here in the StreamYard studio. If you guys want to turn on your cam, we'll also show you on the screen. I know Belle is here. David, our design associate, is also here. Lay, our head of innovations, he's the guy of HubSpot. Here in Get Creative, he's also here. So we're gonna take a quick photo with everybody. Okay, everybody smile in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take one more. Can do a wacky picture, wacky photo, wacky pose. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so again, thank you guys for all of the energy tonight in tonight's Q&A. I hope you all enjoyed, because I sure did. I also enjoyed a lot with Kimmy. And now is the time, and I think it's the part of this program that everyone is waiting for. In our event wrap up, of course, we have our community wide raffle. So a few days back, David posted about our community raffle, and we do this every time we have a tambay. So the mechanics are simple. If you're part of any of the three HUG Manila groups, that's Facebook, LinkedIn, and HubSpot events, you have a chance to to be one of our lucky winners to get some awesome Get Creative merch in our community raffle. So if you guys are ready, just type in the comment section if you are ready, and which groups you are part of, so that we know how many chances of winning you have for tonight. Okay, so we're gonna start off first with our Facebook members for the first raffle. Let's see who wins. Congratulations to our first raffle winner from Facebook. You are G Mendoza. So I'm not sure if G Mendoza is watching this evening, but congratulations, you just won yourself some Hug Manila merch from the Hug Manila community. Okay, so we've done Facebook. We're also gonna do quickly um, on LinkedIn as well. So we have some members on LinkedIn, and we're gonna do a raffle for all of our LinkedIn members. Congratulations to our second raffle winner, Ian Sumagaysay. Okay, congratulations, Ian, and congratulations, G. You guys have just won yourself some Hug Manila merch. And of course, let's not forget our members from the HubSpot events page, the HubSpot website. So, our last winner for this evening is, congratulations, Manea Serrano. So, Manea, Ian, and G, you guys have just won yourselves some awesome Hug Manila merch for this evening. Congratulations, and we'll also contact you very, very soon on how you can get your prize. Okay, so as we end tonight's standby, let's also wrap things up with a few reminders. First things first, of course, we want to work together with you guys on making our Hug Manila events even better by filling up our feedback form. You can scan the QR code on the screen or go to bit.ly/Hug Manila feedback and share your thoughts with us there, no? Also, if after this tamba you still have some questions for Kimmy or questions for anybody in the Hug Manila community, feel free to share them during our post Q&A here, right here in the Hug Manila Facebook group. So come next week, August 8 to 12, that's the perfect time for you to ask any other questions about the Sales Hub, about HubSpot, even about Moment to Moment. If you want to get to know more about the company and Kimmy, we're more than happy to answer those and talk about those. Also, since today is a day of learning, we want to help you guys keep your lid up on learning more with HubSpot. And that one of the ways is through Inbound. So Inbound 2022 is coming up super fast in just in just a few weeks, and you're all invited. So connect with dozens of impactful speakers, explore new perspectives from thousands of business leaders, and build your future for 3 unforgettable days in Boston and online. So there are 2 ways to join Inbound. You can um, join physically in Boston. We'll be there. So if any of you are going there, we'll hope to see you as well. But if you're also joining online, that's just as great. Because whether you're there in Boston or online, we'll still get to hear some amazing speakers like drumroll, Barack Obama, Jane Goodall, and many, many more. So if you want to register for Inbound 2022, you can do so at www.inbound.com. Sounds fun, no? I'm really excited for that. But also, if you guys have friends or colleagues who want to get on board with HubSpot, just like how Kimmy did, and start their hashtag Grow Better journey, we at Get Creative are just ecstatic to help you guys out, to help them out. So if you're interested, just scan or take a screenshot of the QR code that's flashed on the screen, and I'll give you time and an opportunity to book a meeting with Get Creative, book a meeting with Sarah or with Lay, or even with Belle here at the Get Creative team. Okay. Lastly, be sure to stay tuned to our Hug Manila Facebook and LinkedIn groups for more details about Hug events. Come next month, we'll also be having another Hug meetup for the third quarter. So stay tuned to these two social media groups, but also for registering and RSVPing for upcoming events, you can do that in our HubSpot community group. Just search Hug Manila on your search engine, and the Hug Manila events page will show up then and there. And speaking of events, our tambay went by super fast and we're now coming to a close. So I definitely learned a lot today. And I hope you guys learned a lot today too, cozying up here at our fireside chat. And if you do have some insights, feel free to share them in the comment section below so that the people who are not here but will watch the live will also get to read your comments. No? So that ends our event for this evening. Once again, I'm Sam Lumang, your host for tonight. Thank you guys so much for staying till the end, joining us, and we can't wait to see you again in our Hug Meetup for the third quarter. So this has been the Hug Manila Tambay 2, Fireside Chat, and the Sales Hub. Goodbye for now and stay safe. Bye, guys.